Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm truly blessing you all with this upload schedule, I know, but please hold all applause to the end. What should we discuss today, Let's see, the atrocious state of Marvel Rivals, the new Helldivers update. Oh, I know, the Halo CE remaster that nobody asked for. Well, guess what? We're not gonna fucking talk about it. Yeah! No, because today, dear viewer, I'm stretching out my wings a little bit. While I enjoy gaming, it's not something I do often enough to base my entire channel around it. Today, I just want to talk about something that's been on my mind for the past couple of years, but I never really had much of a way to talk about it. So what better way to talk about it than screaming into the void that is YouTube? In the Big 26, social media has become the most popular form of socialization. Hell, even recently I started to play VR chat just to go to some bar and watch people either try to troll each other, or just to have nothing conversations until my social battery is depleted for the rest of the night. We see a frequency of trends in our media, whether it's music or a format for a TikTok that's hot at the moment. Now, I bet you're sitting there saying, alright, Goth4, get to the fucking point. To which I'd say, fuck you. We get there when we get there. All jokes aside, there's been a song echoing in my head since about 2015 or so when I first discovered it. For those who follow my social medias, you would know that despite content creation being a hobby for me, I don't exactly post very often. This channel is proof of this. Why? Because I don't usually post anything without having a message or meaning behind it of some kind. I believe that you should only post something if you have something meaningful to share, which admittedly is antithetical to the current landscape of cultivating an audience. Which is where the song Anti-You by Stahli comes into frame. This song directly confronts the idea of conforming to fit in, which I feel takes on a completely different meaning over 14 years since the song's release in 2011. Now, normally I'd play this song for your convenience. However, YouTube's copyright guidelines prohibit me from doing so instead, I'll just read the two verses that encapsulate the message of the entire song. Another command to succumb to sucking you off with a smile, a vanity culture like a congregation, identity dogmatism, the image is always in style, stroking the ego with media masturbation, conditioning to canonize, gospel of this vox populi. This first verse, for those of my audience who have the reading comprehension skills of a third grader, is saying that people are incredibly obsessed with their own self-image and tie their worth to it. I think that most people care deeply about how their posts do online. I've even seen friendships end because people didn't like each other's posts or whatever. The second half of this verse is primarily focusing on how these platforms are designed in which a way to push agendas for their own gain, with either dodgy or straight up false narratives and information. I've seen so many people repost information that is just blatantly not true, but they've already made up their mind because the person on the other side of the screen got into their dopamine-deprived brain first. A singular definition of what it's supposed to be like, an arrogant principle of validation, you're pushing the masochism, we're never to question the hive, I'll be the nemesis of expectation. This second verse is more on the head about what it's trying to say, but because it's not accompanied by Subway Surfers, it probably goes over most people's heads. But no, not you, my faithful audience. You guys are smart here. Here, have a sweet treat. Papa Goth4 loves you very much. Rather than jumping right into what it's trying to say outright, I'll give you guys 3 seconds to pause the video and think about it. Back already? Good, let's dive in. What's being said here is that we're told by people online of what life is supposed to be like. The Andrew Tates of the world spread their lifestyles of greed and luxury as gospel, and things that we should all strive for. Or the degenerates on Kick like Jack Doherty that do the same thing but mix public disturbance in with criminal activity for their audience of 12-year-olds that live vicariously through them. These people push their lives out there so schmucks can validate them. Just like an addict chasing its next high, your view, your comment, your interaction validates their lives. Then there's things like the Modern Day Night Project. They offer a weekend course to teach people to become men, and it's all just a humiliation ritual. They're pushing your own masochism back onto you to scam thousands out of your hard-earned dollars, and all they do is spray you with cold water. And finally, what does it mean to question the hive? It means to never question what's being sold to you, whether it's an actual product like the Stanley Cup craze from a few years back, or simply something being taught to you. There's an old saying that I like which says, believe nothing of what you hear and half of what you see. Too many people today blindly trust whatever they see online, despite most of us who were told as kids not to believe everything you see on TV. It's no different. In conclusion, what I've learned is there's a significant portion of people that want to be led. They want to be told who to hate, why to hate them, and when to hate them. Like Dushan said in Watch Dogs 2, people don't care how it works, only that it does. I'm also not entirely ignorant to the fact that 99.9% of you who watched the video up to this point won't make any changes and continue the status quo. But that's the beauty of social media. For as much harm as it can do, there's pockets of good in it. There's a chance that somebody will see this video and realize that they've lost themselves in pursuit of clout and clicks, and hopefully they decide that being a carbon copy of everyone else isn't a fulfilling way to go about life. I'm not an anti-social media person despite what this video may portray. It's a fantastic tool to see what people are up to, see what they're capable of making with their own creativity. Hell, without social media, this channel wouldn't even exist, and I wouldn't have found a hobby for making videos. I wouldn't have even met some of my best friends. Going forward, I plan on diversifying my content on this channel, and with the weather getting nicer for the summer, I'm hoping to make some vlogs or more IRL content. I hope that you will enjoy the video. The links for my socials will be down below in the comments, as well as the link for Anti-You by Stahli. If you have any other recommendations of songs, games, movies for me to check out, drop them down in the comments below. As always, thank you all for watching, and stay ghoulish, my friends.